Deadline, Chapter 8. Fridays aren't heavy days for jocks at the Learning Factory. If it's a home game, which homecoming obviously is, we're dismissed just after noon to dress down and get taped so we can get a good warm up and pummel those posers into the Stone Age. If you think there's a chance any one of us is going to concentrate on quadratic equations or what coach thinks Charles Dickens meant or any current event other than the college football rankings, you are exceedingly wrong minded. Before first period, we're all on the lawn passing a ball, soaking up the adulation of the masses. Because it's homecoming, not just the players get out early. Picture Neil Armstrong returning from his walk on the moon, scale it down to a trout sized town, and you have the visual. The band will be on the field an hour before the game, entertaining the spectators. The pep club will be on the field selling hot dogs and pronto pups and pop and candy. The Horseshoe Bend spectators will double our population. And then, sooner or no sooner, we'll kick their asses. Like I said before, we won't have it any other way. The football field is 3 miles out of town, so we dress in the locker room and ride the bus. Sooner comes up behind Cody and me, places his good hand on Cody's shoulder pads, and says, "Sorry, man. It's fucking killing me not to be out there today." "Me too," Cody says, "but we'll get it. We'll get it for you." "I don't know if you can get it without me," Sooner says, and I feel Cody stiffen. You get a fleeting sense that Sooner doesn't want us to win this because of what it will mean about him. Cody punches his good arm softly. "It'd be a lock if you were there, but we'll do what we have to do." That's my bro. Doesn't leave anyone hurting except players on the other team. It's hard for Sooner to hear. Having people do things for him isn't exactly how his life has worked out so far. He nods, still staring at the window. "My fucking old man did this." Cody says, "Oh man, what happened?" "Got drunk like always," Sooner says. "Started ragging on me because he thinks you get all the press when I'm the workhorse. Calls me that. Workhorse. Fuck. One good thing about my old man, he makes me look smart. Don't know what I was thinking, but I told him we was both good and... Oh, shit. Who cares? So why'd he break your collarbone? Because he was drunk? You dumb shit. Jesus, didn't you hear me?" Cody doesn't take the bait. "Yeah, I heard you. You're right. Dumb. Wasn't thinking. Hey, I'm sorry, man." Sooner turns away. Fuck it. Cody and I look at each other, heads shaking in unison. He says, "I'll take a crazy mom over that any day." If anyone else heard Sooner, they don't show it. Everyone's focused on these next 3 hours. We pile off the bus next to the field and take a slow lap just inside the track. The fans cheer, and it's hard not to break into a run just to drain off some of the adrenaline. Coach Banks and Coach Langford stand in one end, and we trot in for calisthenics. Cody leads them alone because Sooner is on the sideline. Cody brings me with him when we line up in first, second, and third string warm-up offenses, and I stand beside him listening to his running monologue as he reads the imaginary defenses, correcting him when he forgets something. It's like cramming for a test you've already crammed for, but there's no telling Cody that. I just hang close and answer on cue. We're whispering into each other's ears right up into the time he walks out for the coin toss. Sooner walks out in his street clothes for that, and I use the time to loosen up. We lose the toss and we'll kick off. Bilbao sits back on his haunches when he expects a pass, Cody says. "Yeah, you can barely see it, but look at his cleats. That's how you tell." And when there's a blitz on, Thomas taps the lineman on the hole he's going through twice on the butt. Real subtle, but he does it every time. Then he taps the side of his helmet twice. "He has to tell the other linebacker he's going in," Cody says, and slaps my shoulder pads. "If we win this, bro, I'm going to buy you something big." Now I concentrate on the kickoff. Horseshoe Bend is big and they're fast, and their coach isn't likely to go light on prep for special teams. I can tell by the way the big guys come at me these days. I'm not the surprise I once was, so I have to get smarter and smarter to stay on my feet and do my damage. In the pregame huddle, coach runs over assignments, identifies their studs by number one more time, and covers strategy for helping out when someone's overmatched. I've got nothing on my mind but the ball and getting my helmet on it. Then we're on the line and the whistle blows, and I am shooting down the outside about 95%, watching their return develop. We kicked away from Bilbao because he's run two back this year, so number 26 snags it, and they're coming my way. I sidestep one block, but get knocked over by the second, and am up almost before my knee hits the ground. Cody is 2 steps in front of me, and Bilbao is streaked across the field to lead their blocking. Their collision creates a sonic boom, and both are laid out, and I'm leaping over their pile, staring right through 26's face mask, and I go low, right at his thighs, wrap my arms around him, and hold on for dear life. Dolvin drills him a second later, and they're first down on the 20. This is the first time I've stayed on the field after a kickoff, and the Ben Wolf Mighty Midget fan club goes wild. Andy Evans is a good, smart athlete, not as talented as Sooner, but good enough to start on any other team in the league. He's not used to the linebacker spot, though, so I'm ready for extra business. Safety is exactly that, the last guy back, and my job is to make the tackle if the guys up front don't get it done, and to cover passes, of course. Horseshoe Bend comes out running and throwing short, so Cody and Andy get most of the action, and I just back them up and come in hard once I see the play develop. I'm relieved I can see just as well when I'm playing as when I'm watching. If mom and dad had put a little more beef into my conception, I'd be a dangerous dude. I'm not getting any solo tackles, but I'm in on a lot. One sends electricity down my spine when I team up with Ron Coburn, our defensive end, to take Bilbao down. Hitting him is like hitting Sooner. You gotta make like you're not afraid to die. Toward the end of the first half, Cody slips around end on an option and slides in for a score. Coach calls an option pass, and Cody runs in the point after. You don't get a lot of great kickers in high school football, particularly 8-man, so almost everyone goes for 2. On Horseshoe Bend's next set of downs, Bilbao eats up the field on 3 and 4 yard runs. They get 40 on a pass because I went with the wrong receiver, but I run their guy down at the 20. Bilbao shoots up the middle on the next play, leading interference for their other, unsung halfback. Bilbao levels Cody, and their guy drags me into the end zone. Bilbao blows their point after, and we go into halftime, up by 2. I think we can throw more on these guys, Cody, Coach says in the end zone during the break. You're running more on the option, but their defensive backs are getting tired, and Evans is getting open. Andy nods. Keep a lookout, Coach says. We better sting these guys quick. They're not going to lie down. Cody nods and scoots over next to Andy, grilling him on who he thinks he can beat. Andy's got just okay speed, but he's crafty as they come, and if he can get his hands on a ball, it sticks. The worst part of homecoming is halftime. The band plays, the drill team marches, the cheerleaders dance, the homecoming queen gets crowned and rides around the field at no miles an hour, and we sit in the end zone getting rigor mortis. We receive to start the second half, and Cody and Andy hook up on a couple of short ones before Cody fumbles the snap and they take over. They go 3 downs and punt, and we do the same, and that damned Bilbao brings it all the way back. He jukes the first tackler, then cuts back across the field away from me and Cody. Cody locks on him, and he's gaining, but somebody puts a honey of a block on him, and suddenly it's me and Bilbao, and then it's just Bilbao. He was too far away for me to get an angle, and they've got us 12-8 because they blow the point after again, which gives us a little window. We're back and forth in the middle of the field through the quarter. No one's scoring. There's earthquake-style hitting. If one side of my body isn't numb, the other side is. Both teams are clean and well-coached, and nobody wants to lose. Even with the teams in as good a shape as we are, guys are wearing down, and I know it's my time. I've worried all along that my disease would catch up with me, but it hasn't, and it won't start during the fourth quarter of the Horseshoe Bend game. I've run every wind sprint, every suicide drill, every play as if it were my last. I'm making each second of my life count, and I'm spending anything I saved up right here on this field, right here on this day. I've gone full bore on special teams and defense all afternoon, and I feel fresher than I did at kickoff. I'm in pain every time I hit, but I cause pain every time I hit, so who cares? This season ends for me with no regrets. As Coach says, you can measure your love of the game by what you bring off the field with you. If you come off the field at the final gun with nothing, that's perfect love. It doesn't mean I can't make mistakes, but they'll never be because I'm tired, and they'll never be because I'm not thinking. My mistakes will come from excess. With 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we're still playing down 1 touchdown between the 20s, and it's starting to dawn on me that we may not pull this off. Cody and Bilbao are racking up yards and tackles, although I've got to be leading them both in tackles, but neither can get the ball into the end zone. Then we get the break we've been looking for. Horseshoe Bend tries to put it away with a long pass, and Cody picks that baby off on our 3-yard line and hauls ass. They bring him down on the 50, and we are wired. Cody fires a short one to Andy out in the flat, and another to Dolvin on the other side on a guard-eligible pass. He gets 2 more first downs running for short yardage on the options, and we're on the 27 with a little more than 2 minutes to go. Coach signals for time, and Cody calls it, trots over. I stand close so I can hear. I'd give anything to be on offense so I could be in there for the end of this game. Cody takes off his helmet. Giving them their money's worth today, huh, Coach? You're giving me a heart attack, Coach says back and laughs. Okay, all short stuff. Cautious but aggressive. Keep running those options. Do not throw into heavy coverage. We can take our time. Don't want to leave them a lot of time after we score. Now, let's get this. He slaps Cody on the butt, and Cody runs back onto the field and completely fucks it up. We flood the right side with receivers, and Cody rolls out right, and there's Andy Evans on the 2, and he has his man beat by at least 2 steps. Cody fires it behind him. Shit. And Johnny Bilbao comes out of nowhere and sticks Andy in the chest so hard his helmet pops off as he reaches back. The ball flies straight up and into the hands of number 23, whoever the hell he is, and he's got a clear 99-yard shot at our end zone. Cody recovers and runs him down on our 30. Andy is still down, looking like a purple and gold rock, and when they get him up, he's got a 1 in 7 chance of telling you what day it is. That's it for Andy Evans. We've got 2 minutes. Horseshoe Bend has the ball 1st and 10 on our 30, and our undefeated season seems over. In the defensive huddle, my brother is calm as he was at the coin toss. My fault, guys, but we've got time to get it back. They think they can get 1 first down and then run out the clock. Tackle the ball. Strip them. Get it loose any way you can. It's going to be in Bilbao's hands, so it won't be easy. Bilbao gains 3 on the ground on the first play, and he's holding onto the ball like a brink driver with a 10-pound gold brick. I'm guessing run again, Cody says to me as we line up. Let's give him a little safety surprise. I'll blitz and you come in right behind me. See if we can shake things up. We get our break. Horseshoe Bend wants to shock us with a quick score, and Bilbao goes back to pass. Cody opens the hole, and I shoot through as Bilbao looks for his receiver. He's cocking his arm as I drill him in the solar plexus and bounce off him like a bullet off a Superman's chest. But I hear the air go out, and 7 guys hollering, ball, which means it's loose. It's not loose for long, though. It's under Dolvin. Put my brother in, Cody says to Coach on the sideline. What? He's been running pass patterns for me since we were in grade school. He can catch anything I throw. Andy's out. They'll think we threw Ben in to fill the hole. Coach looks at me. He's right, I say. Anything he throws. What I'm thinking is anything he throws when there's not someone ready to take my head off the minute I catch it, but I only smile. Coach says, it's different in the game. Cody looks down at the bench. See any Hall of Famers? As we near the offensive huddle, Cody says, drop the first 2. What? We're 70 yards from the goal, he says. If we nickel and dime it, we'll run out of time. I'll get us 1 first down running, but I want you to look like these first 2 passes are the first you've ever seen. Run bad patterns. Look like you're trying to fake your guy out, but don't get away from him. Let them know this isn't your position. They'll back off you, and we'll burn them long. I start to question, but Cody says, do it. For this moment, he's the older brother.
Good afternoon. Good luck to our soccer team, our boys soccer team, as they begin district tournament play.
In the huddle, he calls my number without telling the team his plan. Now, I may be the guy with the eye for tendencies and the football brain in the bedroom, but Cody is the real deal when the action starts. Once he's on the field, he's either the best athlete out there or he can make you think he is. He fires to me on first down, and it's all I can do to drop it. I block it with my body and let it bounce off my chest. Coach puts his hands in a T for time, but Cody shakes his head. He hands off to Glover, whose biggest claim to fame up till now is clearing out the hole for Sooner, and Glover picks up 6. Cody options the next one and steps out of bounds just past the first down marker. A hair more than a minute on the clock. I'm coming off my position like a first practice freshman and can already feel them cheating a bit, leaving me. My fucking brother is a genius. Glover gets a yard on first down. On 2nd and 9, Cody fires me another short, easy one rolling to his right, and I drop it too. Back in the huddle, the guys stare at Cody like, I thought you said Sneezy has been catching your passes all his life. But Cody glares back, and nothing is said. Cody gets another few yards running, but can't get out of bounds, and the clock is ticking. Time for 1 play. He slaps my ass and says, play Mr. Klutz for a second, and then slant for the left corner. In the huddle, he calls an option pass rolling out to the right, flooding the right side with so-called receivers. Clever fakes a block and comes out of the backfield looking for the short pass. Our tight end crosses from his spot and runs deeper to that same side. I let my guy knock me down, scramble up, and head for the opposite corner like somebody poured Tabasco sauce on my ass. And damned if Bill Bayo doesn't hold back and come after me from the other side. I've got about 3 steps on him, but he's a legitimate speedster, and I'm an illegitimate speedster. He's 5 inches taller, and Cody's going to have to throw this back across the field, which means it has to go over Bilbao just enough for me to snag it. It's like throwing a football through a tire 100 yards away with the wheel still in it. And my brother does it. The ball sails a fucking micro inch over Bilbao's outstretched hand, which is about half a fucking micro inch above my head, and settles onto my fingers while my feet are still in the air and my belly flop into the end zone. ESPN for sure. And I'm buried. The entire team is on my back, and my face mask is imprinting the grass. I can barely breathe. The band breaks into the Cougar fight song in the bleachers, and every other Trout citizen storms the field. Andy was the only player hurt in the game, but there's a good chance more of us will join him if we don't get out of here. You haven't lived until you've had your helmet rattled by an out-of-work logger. We have given these folks a game to remember. Dad is pounding Cody's shoulder pads and ruffling my hair, yelling, "Amazing! Amazing!" That's more emotion than you'd have gotten out of my father on the day either of us was born. Mom paces the sideline, making sure everyone knows whose kids hooked up on that last play. Jeez, she's only known most of these people 40 years. I guess they know who her kids are. You might just get to college on a scholarship of your own, little big bro, Cody says to me back in the shower. Dang! I'm standing under the hot shower steam, my eyes closed, imagining the shower is in Dallas's house. It was a great game, but now I'm going to homecoming with Dallas Suzuki. You're ruining my concentration. Concentrate any harder and I'll have to cover you with the towel. Besides, you used all your concentration on that pass, he says. Didn't have to concentrate, I say back. I'd have had to ball up my fist to miss that one. Boise State Scouts got an eyeful today. Still only 8 man, he says. You could have thrown that pass to me alone in the desert, I say, and they'd have assigned you on the spot. Whoa! I did put something sweet on it. He smiles. You boys played a marvelous game. My mother is standing in the kitchen, fixing dinner and drinking whiskey and Coke out of a glass hidden in the food cupboard, and mopping the floor and cleaning the corners of the small window panes looking out into the front lawn. She is in full bloom. I think you're both going to get football scholarships, I really do, and I think you should look at Notre Dame. Boise State? Boise State. My God, they'd have to give you full rides for yourselves and your children to justify your going there. You have to reconsider. They called, you know. They've already been on the phone to me. I told them we'd have to think about it. I said, we just have to think about it. They should have been here with their offers at the beginning of the season. Their price has gone up. The price has gone up. What a throw. What a catch. My God. Cody steps into the living room where Dad is reading the paper. Hey, Dad. Hey, Cody. Tell me you got to the phone before she hung it up. Close, but no cigar, Dad says. But I did call them back. You're covered. Thanks. Only here to serve, Dad says. Mom rants on from the kitchen. She thinks she's talking to me, but I'm in the doorway listening to Dad and Cody, wishing I could stop what's about to happen. She about to crash? Cody asks. Dad nods toward the kitchen. A crash follows this like thunder follows lightning, Dad says back. I give it a day, maybe less. Hey, you guys looked real good out there today. Ben, that was a very nice catch. I say thanks, but keep my eye toward the kitchen on Mom, who's turned it up a notch to Southern Cal or Michigan. Don't worry about her, Dad says. You guys get ready for the dance. I'll take care of this. Sometimes I don't know whether I want to have my dad canonized or kill him. He weathers these storms like Anderson Cooper on CNN, just tethers himself to the chair and lets the wind blow. It's like he doesn't care about her, or like he cares too much. You want him to join in or leave. He used to call the doctor at about this point, but Doc would only urge her to take her meds, at which time she would chastise him like a redheaded stepchild. Nothing to do but wait. I'm the only one who still tries to step in, and I only do it when no one else is around. Cody sees me looking and puts his hand in the middle of my back. Go get tuxed out, he says. The fair Miss Suzuki awaits. He's right. This is not the night to try to repair my mother.